Big man.
This lady, look, she's going to get them. Oh, here they're coming. Oh,
Seals, no. Just the notes feeding time. It looks good. You've got the bucket stuff, isn't it?
look, there's a lady. No, do you see her? Oh, here they come.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 11:30 seal feed this morning. So, my name is Sean. I'll be taking you through your talk this morning, while our zoo team, Ellie, Karis, and Dominic, will be taking you through your feed. Now, before we do begin, guys, I do have a quick safety announcement to make. So, if you just please make sure you're not dangling any items over the railings, so nothing falls into the water with our resident harbour seals. If you just keep that in mind while I'm doing the talk, that would be greatly appreciated. But now, we'll introduce you to our four main stars of the show today. So we have Benji, we have Cody, we have Marv, and we have Sophus. Now, Benji and Cody are the more darker looking furred harbour seals that we have here today at Seal Rock, and they are the youngest ones. So Benji is 11 years old and Cody is 10. Now, you can usually identify Benji because he does have white spots, usually around his neck and head, whereas Cody's got ever so slightly darker looking fur and smaller eyes. Marv and Sophus, as you can see, they are the grey looking harbour seals, and they are both 18 years of age. Now we have a nice family dynamic going on here at Seal Rock because Benji and Cody are in fact half brothers, and we've had them since the early 2000s, and Marv and Sophus are the uncle and dad to Benji and Cody, and we've had them since up last summer last year. Now, as you can see, our zoo team are being very attentive with our harbour seals on the beach here. Now, our zoo team will be doing some of their positive reinforcement training as well as some of their daily enrichment exercises this morning. Now, these daily enrichment exercises are extremely beneficial for our harbour seals because seals do need to have their brains mentally stimulated at all times, and these enrichment exercises are extremely beneficial at keeping their brains quite active for a bit of mental exercise. Some of these enrichment exercises are known as targeting. So you may know with our zoo team, they may do a wee little fist action with their fist, and then the seals will then boop it with their nose. And then our zoo team will then obviously use their whistles to signal to them that they are doing a good job. And then obviously they're rewarded with some food from the buckets. These seals are obviously, like I said, for the more for their own benefit, so they're never ever forced to do them, and we never withhold food from them either. If our seals aren't feeling up to the task, they still simply get fed. Now, some of the other targeting exercises you may see throughout this feed is we've got some red boys here on the Seal Rock area here. And our seals will do a big jump, which is known as a poor boys. And then pretty much they'll do a big jump, they'll come all the way back up to the beach, and then they'll get rewarded with some food as well. Now, as you can see, our seals are incredibly cute guys. They're very affectionate animals, but if you do see them out in the wild, always make sure that you do appreciate them from afar, because even though they're very affectionate and social animals, it's always good to keep yourself safe, because seals by nature are very curious animals, and they do tend to bite things out of curiosity. Also, if you're trying to approach a wild pup seal, there is a good chance you could accidentally leave your scent on them, and if the mother of the pup detects your scent, they will unfortunately abandon your child. So in that regard, guys, if you do see any seals that may be injured or may look like they need your help out in the wild, it is always best to just make sure you're contacting the SSPCA, who will be able to handle the situation more effectively. Now you can see our seals do also have these whisker-like features on their faces here. Now these whiskers are very beneficial for them finding food within their own natural habitat. These whiskers, they're actually used to detect vibrations within the water, so they know what movement's quite close by to them. And if needed, harbour seals can travel up to 12 miles per hour to get away from any predators that they could face in the wild, for instance such as sharks. Another danger and threat that these animals can face in the wild is of course plastics in the ocean. Now, it's no surprise, guys. We do have quite a lot of plastics already in our waters, and we are just trying to raise awareness in that regard, guys, because of these animals' curiosity, like I have mentioned before. These animals can mistake plastics for a bit of food, and they will eat it, and it can enter their digestive tract, which can affect their overall quality of life. So, just in that regard, guys, if you see any litter at all, just on your beaches or in general, always make sure you are putting them into the correct bins, so that these animals can actually thrive and live their best lives in the wild. The average lifespan of a harbour seal is usually around 25 to 30 years. However, due to a good quality of life and veterinary advancements, these animals can actually live into their late 30s/early 40s. Now you may notice that our seals are more at home when they're under the water and swimming around there. They are fantastic swimmers. Harbour seals can actually hold their breath for up to half an hour. Now, the reason they're able to hold their breath for half an hour is simply due to a protein in their blood, which is called myoglobin. Now, what myoglobin does is it allows seals to trap oxygen deep within their muscles, which allows them to hold their breath for this duration of time. Now, not only are they great swimmers, but harbour seals are amazing hunters as well. Harbour seals obviously are opportunistic feeders, which means they'll hunt anything that they can get their hands on. Now, this is of course in contrast to our resident harbour seals that are getting fed sprat and herring from the buckets by our zoo team. Now, the reason we feed them these types of fish specifically is simply due to the rich